That midnight in the palace, we heard that a baby cry was heard all over the palace. And Kabiyesi was confused a bit because, it got the whole palace awake in the midnight, tracing where the baby cry was coming from. Could it be Tomi Tope that has returned back with this baby? The baby she said that have gone with the woman who picked the baby. Yes, that was what she said. She said she already given out the baby to the owner. So what could be the noise from? Where could the noise come from? Could it be from a baby bush or what? This and a whole lot was going into the mind of Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi that fateful night. As the cry of the baby continued to go louder and louder, we heard they had to come out from the palace, from their own chamber, to know what was really wrong. They started making traces to trace the voice of this baby, and was also being careful in case it's a baby bush so that it wouldn't harm anyone. My people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl again, Live Gist Plus. Now another super and obongelicious news na im I carry come from the palace. How una dey? So the information getting to us right now is that a baby's cry has repeatedly been happening in the palace, and we could recall that Titi brought a baby in the palace, right? And Kabiyesi rejected that baby, saying that no, you cannot just go out and carry a baby and come inside here. You don't do that. Not because these people succeeded in their own and you want to do your own, right? That is the strategy. Everyone now has been using strategies upon strategies. But does it work that way? No, you will not use Kabiyesi's brain. Neither are you going to use him for anything. So, hearing this, my people, they said that midnight they begin to make traces. They trace and trace and trace and trace the baby to one of the Olori's chambers. Then they begin to knock. They said the royal guards begin to knock at Titi's door. Like Titi has tried everything she could to make the baby stop crying, but the baby couldn't stop crying. And Kabiyesi was really, really mad because this is the same baby. Well, we don't know if it's the same baby, but if it was the Mitope that said that the baby has already gone. So why is the cry of the baby being heard in the palace? Why? So the royal guards had to rush into Titi's apartment. To lo and behold, that same baby is in that apartment. Does it mean that Titi just literally locked herself inside the other day and refused to come out, claiming that she went out? Where the day they were supposed to swear? What is really Titi's plan? What is she planning? What made her to have the mind to allow that baby again inside the palace after running away from swearing? Does she want to play with Kabiyesi's intelligence? Does he think Kabiyesi will never find out that there is a baby in that house? Sometimes I used to think that these Oloris are something else. Because you can't tell me that somebody, you can't tell me that someone who fears Kabiyesi, who respects Kabiyesi a lot, would allow herself to be messing up in the palace. This is a total mess up. Because it's obvious. Let's call a spade a spade. If truly they picked a baby from the palace, we don't have any problem with that, right? Sorry, if they picked a baby by the bush side, we don't have any problem because a baby needs to be helped. If you pick a baby, the next thing is to help nurture the baby. But not when you did not pick, you did a surrogacy. Now I'm beginning to believe those people that said she did a surrogacy. It is beginning to make sense to me. Oh, she did a surrogacy, right? There's a surrogate baby in the palace and she wants to impose that baby. She wants to smuggle in that baby into the palace by all means. Okay, what if she has succeeded in smuggling the baby in? how long will she continue to hide it from Kabiyesi? How long will she continue to hide it? Is it something that she will do forever? That she will continue to hide this baby forever? No. So the royal guards immediately went inside, dragged Titi out, dragged the baby out. And Kabiyesi was so disappointed with Titi. He's so disappointed because of what Titi did. You know, Kabiyesi had already said, okay, fine. If truly you swear and you find out that this baby belongs to, that the baby was picked, true, then Kabiyesi will not have any option than to allow or even tell you, okay, take it to motherless baby, I will support. But this one, you totally lied that you picked a baby, and now when it's time for you to swear that, okay, swear to us that you really picked this baby, and the next thing is that you disappeared. The next thing is that you disappeared from the palace, and coming back the following day, the same cry of the baby was being heard in your chambers. Wonders, they say, shall never end. They say Kabiyesi immediately ordered Titi out of the palace by the midnight. Kabiyesi did not even hesitate. He didn't even hesitate. What he did was, the royal maids there, he asked them to take over the baby. Let Titi move out of that palace. That is your punishment for what you try to do. You try to manipulate Kabiyesi, or you try to, I don't even know what the right adjective I'm going to use. You wanted to manipulate Kabiyesi. Is that it? So they say Titi fell on the floor and was pleading, begging Kabiyesi that Kabiyesi should please. Kabiyesi should not do this to him. Kabiyesi should allow her at least till morning. That where will she go this night? It is already night. It's already midnight. This one and this one. You know, Kabiyesi is full of compassion anyway, but not when someone did this kind of thing. Someone like Titi, who is now taking Kabiyesi to be a fool. You're taking Kabiyesi to be a fool. That is why you did what you did. What is the essence of begging Kabiyesi when you know? Is a baby something anybody can hide? You can't hide a baby. You can't hide a baby at all. I am telling you the honest facts. How can you hide a baby when you know a baby will cry? So now it's beginning to make sense to us that what happened before is what is about to happen again now. The same this thing that happened before is what is about to happen now. What Titi and Oletik and Olori Calabash did is what Titi and Ibi is planning to do, because Ibi has already faked pregnancy before. You know, her own is that she faked pregnancy in order to see that maybe she will bring her own child. But Kabiyesi said no. The day Kabiyesi brought somebody to do tests for Ibi, they said Ibi disappeared from the palace. And that was how we didn't hear about pregnancy again. So each of them are having their own strategy, and they want to use their strategy to bring babies inside the palace. Imagine Ibi saying that she was pregnant. And now Kabiyesi said, fine. It's okay. Let's have a test. Is that too much? Because Kabiyesi already told them, no more pregnancy, no more baby for now. Now, if you think you have a baby, if you think you are having a baby that you're expecting, if Kabiyesi now said, your husband said, okay, I want to have a test. You know, that is what happened the other time. Kabiyesi did not even look at Oletik's result, pregnancy test. He didn't even perform any test. And the next thing is that we heard that Kabiyesi welcomed the baby with Oletik. And later we come the year say the baby is not legitimate to now arrange you. But when Kabiyesi had the right, Kabiyesi could not do anything. He couldn't do anything, and that was when everything started falling apart. And after Oletik, followed by Alhaji Calabash. Now, let me tell you, Kabiyesi would not want to repeat such a mistake again. he wouldn't want to repeat such a mistake anymore. Do you understand? So that is why it seems that he's being so strict with Titi, even after Titi is claiming that is claiming that she picked a baby from the forest. Everybody expected that Kabiyesi would be so mad. That Kabiyesi would be like, oh wow, what a pity. But Kabiyesi was so arrogant and asked her to leave the palace because she came in late. But Kabiyesi did not send her out because she came late. Kabiyesi sent her out in that midnight because she brought in a baby, an illegitimate baby that Kabiyesi has already rejected to someone. I'm going to be giving you more updates. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget that all these are alleged and speculated information making waves on the social media. Be right back.